all about this project. This sounds so exciting.
Well, this is kind of near and dear to us. We basically took an S1C and made it into a light sport aircraft. We changed a lot of things, don't get me wrong. It's not anywhere near an S1C. One of the first things we changed, we put the Lycoming AEIO 233. It's fuel-injected electronic ignition. And then we put the carbon fiber ultimate cowlings on the front. We knocked off almost 400 pounds of the airplane when we first started. We extended the wing bays out to meet the stall characteristics, made the cord longer. Our plans are to keep going with the wings and make them all carbon fiber, but leave the sculpting so it looks like a rag wing plane. We started at the nose. As you can see, the nose is carbon spinner. We took it off, went with a Cincinnatus prop, which was 9 pounds instead of the 38-pound metal one. Did all the carbon fiber, put a glass Dynon cockpit in it, made the cockpit really comfortable with some velour insides and nice seating and things like that. And this is one of the planes that we wanted to put the sport in light sport with. So it weighs 619 pounds, stalls at 43 knots. It'll cruise right around 100, 110 knots, and it's completely fully aerobatic. Inverted Christian Eagle oil pump system, flop tube in the tank. We made spring gear and widened the front end to 60 inches instead of 42. Well, that'll help a younger, less experienced pilot get in these planes rather than teeter-tottering on 48 inches. So we built a lot of safety factors involved. Matter of fact, when we get done, this will be equipped with ballistic chute. There's a lot of innovations out there right now that we're incorporating, and we'd only be able to do that in light sport.
Light sport is also a last refuge, if you will, for folks who have had an aviation career or been in aviation for a long time and just want to have something that's affordable toward a certain segment of their life. But it doesn't necessarily mean you want to put them out to pasture. This just looks like fun. I'm dying to fly Little Critter, and as I understand it, Steve Wolf did the initial on this.
He came down and gave us some good ideas. Now, he's not involved with our company at all, but I sure use him as a sounding board. He's probably one of the foremost authorities in Pence in the world, and I've picked his brain quite a bit, and this is kind of what's happened to that. And he's coming up next week to kind of look over the things we got done. And any ideas he have after this, we're going to incorporate.
The big question is this: how much?
I figure we can do it right at about $100,000.
Okay.
So we're going to try to make it real affordable for folks. The Lycoming engines are expensive, and so is the Dynon glass and things like that. But what we want to try to do is get the buzz going, get light sport with action. And we went to Lycoming and said, hey, we want a fully aerobatic light sport. And they came up with the AEIO 233. And I got to tell you, this is the end result of probably 7 years worth of work and designing. And everybody who's seen it, including you, goes, I can't wait to fly it. Yeah. But you know what? Folks like Patty, what about Sean Tucker? If their medical comes in question, what is there out there that they can fly after this? And it's a niche market. But it's something I think there's a lot of guys out there like yourself, myself. We're used to high-performance planes, go up and do a few loops and stuff, not violate any regulations, not do something an airplane that wasn't designed not to do. That's what Renegade's all about. It's kind of the Renegade thing is we're thinking out of the box. We're bringing something different. And the FAA once in a while raises an eyebrow at me and goes, hey, you're really different. You want to do what? I got to say that they've been working with us quite a bit out of the Orlando office, and it's nice to have a little cooperation. In our racing circuit, that this will be one of the main planes that are featured in that. We've got the Falcon with our tail dragger. We talked to the Panther folks this week and dropped off a Lycoming engine to them, and looks like they'll be part of it. So we're going to take light sport U.S. manufactured planes and do a Red Bull circuit with it. And we're going to set up the pylons, and the FAA loves it because they're not 4 airplanes running around in one pylon. And, so we're taking legitimate light sport planes, making them all equal like an IROC race. May the best pilot win. But we want 100, 200, 300,000 people showing up just like the Red Bull folks, putting on a hell of a show with the little airplane that the guy can afford to buy. The guy walking in the seats going, it's not a 300 extra, it's not a MX Unlimited, but it's something that I can buy and next year fly. But one of the things we're looking at doing is making a Pro-Am event next year at the SPAR, where the guys that own it have to go through the same training as like Patty Wagstaff, but now it's an amateur event. 5 guys that own it, be able to bring it. They're the first things to go on, then we'll bring on the pros when it's done.
Well, I'll tell you what, Doc, with little airplanes like this, we can bring some excitement back into it, have some fun with it, and more important than anything else, inspire people to bigger and better things. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Tim.
Aero TV is brought to you by A real airplane, not just a toy. The Airplane Factory Sling is a high-performance two-place LSA that fits the needs of private individuals, flight schools, and flying clubs alike, and has been called one of the best handling LSAs on the market. Check it out at www.airplanefactory.com. Explore no limits flying in the newly FAA-certified Sea Ray Elite Amphibious LSA. Progressive Aerodyne Sea Ray Elite with a Rotax 914 turbocharged engine is equally at home on the ground, in the air, or on the water. Check it out at www.searay.com. The aviation industry is far too automated and impersonal. Levels of care, service, and focus on customers have faded. Concierge provides premier customer care, leading our industry on a return to service. Find us at www.concierge.aero.